Dear friends, welcome to the science class. In the last class, we were discussing about the chemical effects of the electric current topic. In that topic, we started with the introduction that is nothing but we studied about the what is electric current. That is nothing but the flow of electrons. In the other words, we can say that it is the flow of the charge from one point to the another point. In the same way, we discussed about the conductors as well as insulators. The conductors are those which conduct the electricity, and whereas the insulators are those which does not conduct the electricity. In the same way, we studied about how we are going to test the conduction of a electricity in a material. How does we are going to test it? We are going to test it by the what? By the tester. So how the tester works? It is going to work on the phenomenon that is nothing but heating effect of electric current. We know that the filamentous bulbs which are present in our homes are going to work on the phenomena that is nothing but heating effect of electric current. In the same manner, the same phenomena is useful for the checking of the conduction of the electricity by using the tester, where the bulb which is present inside is going to work on the phenomena that is nothing but heating effect of electric current. That is nothing but in the electric current, some coils or some filaments are going to heated up and they are going to produce the light. Because of that light, they are going to glow. So that can be used for the purpose of the testing of the conductivity of the electricity. So that only we are going to use now, and we are going to check about the conduction of the electricity in the liquids. Up to that point, up to that thing, we discussed about the conduction of the electricity in the conductors only. Those are nothing but solid materials. If you take the example of the bench, if you take the example of the iron nail, if you take the example of the aluminium, if you take the example of the gold, if you take the example of the copper, those only examples were taken. But now we are going to check the conduction of the electricity in liquids. Conduction of the electricity in liquids. So, conductivity of electrical energy, electrical current, conductivity of electrical current in liquids, conductivity of electric current in liquids. So we can check this thing in your home also, as well as we are going to check in the lab. As we also have the lab equipment by using those lab equipment. We are going to check the conductivity of the electricity or electric current in the lab. As well as you can also check those things in your home. So that's why I am going to tell this thing. Afterwards, I am going to tell you how to check the conductivity of the electricity in liquids in your home. So first, we are going to check it. So for that reason, we are going to take a container. We are going to take a container. In that container, now I have to check for conductivity. So that in that container, I am going to put some liquid. That liquid is nothing but one. I am going to take here. It is the vinegar solution. It will be the vinegar solution. Vinegar solution. If you want, you can take the lemon juice. Lemon juice for the conduction. If you want, in order to check the conductivity of the electrical current, you can take the lemon juice or you can take the vinegar solution. Or you can take the salt solution. In water, you can add salt so that we are going to check the conductivity of the electrical current in this thing. So to check the electric current in this liquid, what are we going to do? We are going to do here. We are going to take the two wires. Both the wires will be suspended in this material. That is nothing but in this liquid. So both the wires are going to connect it to a source of energy. That is nothing but, if you want to check the conductivity of the electricity, we should have some cells, or we can directly attach to the electricity. So that is that I am going to take some cells. So I am going to take a battery here. It is going to connect it to a battery. So now, how you are going to identify the conduction of the electricity here? Either using bulb, or you can check it by tester. So then I am going to use here the tester. So one wire of the tester, one wire of this thing is connected to this tester, another wire here is going to connect it here. So tester is having the bulb, so then here, everything is closed loop here. Everything, the circuit is closed now. Apart from this point, apart from the here, so that this wire is connected to battery shell, and again that shell is connected to the bulb. The wire is connected to the bulb. Now this connection is closed one? No, it is open one. Since both the wires are not connected here, those are suspended here. So if those are suspended here, if the bulb glows here, after the supply of the electricity, if the bulb glows here, you can say that the conduction of the electricity is happening because of the liquid. So when we connect here, connect all those things, when we switch on, we are going to take a switch here. Right? When we switch on this switch, there will be conduction of the electricity through wire. So if the bulb which is present here, if the bulb which is present here, if it is glowing, then we can say that there is the conduction of the liquid. There is the conduction of the electrical current in the liquids. So if the bulb is not glow here, then we can say that there is no conduction of the electricity. So if you closely check here, both the wires are not connected to each other. They are connected? No, they are not connected. How does the electricity is passing from this wire to this wire so that the bulb is glowing? It is because that both the wires are suspended in this liquid. That liquid which is present in this container is conducting the electricity from this point to that point. So that the electricity is going from this point to this wire. Because of that conduction, this wire is carrying the electricity. Because of that, the bulb is glowing. Because of that, the bulb is glowing. If the bulb doesn't glow, then we can say that this thing, whatever the liquid which we are going to take here, is not conducting the electricity. Is not conducting the electricity. So this bulb is nothing but what? It is the tester. So the bulb which is present inside the tester, if it is glows, then we can say what? The liquid is conducting the electricity. If the tester doesn't glow, we can say that the liquid is not conducting the electricity. This is about the conduction of the electricity in liquid. So how are we going to observe those things? How are we going to identify the conduction of the electricity here? If the bulb glows, if the bulb glows, we already know that for the glowing of the bulb, there is a requirement of the electricity. Since both the wires are not connected here, how does the electricity passing from one point to another point? It is by the liquids. If the bulb glows, liquids are conducting the electricity. So if the bulb glows here, then we can say that liquids are conducting the electricity. Liquids are conducting the electricity. If bulb doesn't glow, if the bulb doesn't glow, if the bulb doesn't glow, then we can say that liquids are not conducting the electricity. Liquids are not conducting the electricity. Not conducting the electrical current. Electrical current. So if we check here, we put the vinegar solution or lemon juice as well as vinegar solution. When wires are put into those solutions, there will be glowing of the bulb. If there is glowing of the bulb, what does that mean? It means that this solution, that is nothing but vinegar and lemon juice solutions, are going to conduct the electricity. So that liquids also conduct the electricity. By this we can say that liquids are also going to conduct the electricity. So in the same manner, if you remember the 3Ds film, the entry of the natural gas chamber, that is nothing but the entry of the Amir Khan. What is going to do? Is going to use the conduction of the electricity in the liquids. Is going to use the phenomenon of the conduction of the electricity of the liquids. That is nothing but salt water is a good conductor of electricity. By using that thing, is going to make a connection that is going to conduct the electricity from the wire or from that spool. So if we take the salt water solution also here, if we take the salt water solution also, in your home, you can take the bottle cap, or if you can take the cutted bottle, so that in that bottle you can store the solution of the vinegar or lemon juice. So you have to take the small pieces of the wire. One piece should be suspended at this point, another piece should be suspended at this point. And take note of that precaution should be both the wires shouldn't be touch each other. They shouldn't touch each other in the liquid. So they should be apart. They should be apart. So taking each wire, we should connect one wire to the positive terminal of the shell, another wire to a bulb. So there another wire which is connected to the bulb or to a one point. Into another point, another wire should be connected, and that connection should be connected to the negative terminal of the battery. So then when the bulb glows, when you connect those things, when you suspend those wires into the liquid, when the bulb glows, we can say that liquid is conducting the electricity. That liquid is conducting the electricity. In some time, the bulb is not going to glow. Sometimes the bulb is not going to glow. Then we can say that this conductor, whatever the liquid is present here, is not going to conduct the electricity. Why? The bulb is not glowing. But sometimes what happens while checking here, we have a loose connection at the point of this terminal. That is nothing but while connecting to this battery, it will be loose connection. Because of that, it will become open circuit. So that there will be no glowing of the bulb. So let's check those things where you are going to do the mistake. Check the correct connection here. You should check that the terminal or the wire which is putting inside this solution should be apart, as well as it should have the open wire. We should remove the insulators which are present on those wires and before putting those things into the solution, so that the electricity should pass through this liquid. In the same manner, this wire should be connected properly. So that if it doesn't connect properly, there is also not glowing of the bulb because of the not proper connection. So in this manner, we are going to check the conduction of the electricity in liquid. By this experiment, we can say that some liquids are going to conduct the electricity. Some liquids are going to conduct the electricity. In some cases, now here it is easily possible that these are conducting the electricity in the high amount, so that bulb is glowing. In the same manner, some of the conductors are going to conduct the electricity in very less amount. Very weak amount of the electricity is going to conducted by those conductors. At that time, to this bulb to glow, it requires more amount of electricity for the heating effect purpose. So, in not getting the required amount of electricity, what will happen? This bulb is not going to glow. If the amount of the electricity is less, that means the heating effect of that bulb is also going to be less. If it is less, then we can say that the bulb is not going to glow. Why? It doesn't heating that much. In that time, at that moment, this bulb, whatever bulb we are going to use, is not going to glow. Actually, the conduction of the electricity is happening, but the bulb is not glowing. Why it is not glowing? It is not taking the required amount of electricity. So, how we are going to check the conduction of the electricity not using this bulb if it is not showing the accurate results? So, because of that, we are changing these bulbs. Whatever bulb we are using here, we are changing these bulbs and we are using the LED bulbs. We are using the LED bulbs. So, if you check in your home, before we are using the filament bulb. If you remember, it has the readings of 60 watt, 100 watt, 40 watt bulbs. Right, that is nothing but they are consuming high amount of electricity. For blowing up those bulbs, they require high amount of electricity. Nowadays, we are using the LED bulbs. If you see the ratings of those LED bulbs, it has 9 watt, 12 watt, 6 watt, 3 watts. So that is nothing but the electrical energy requirement for those bulbs is less. Those bulbs is less. So that those bulbs are going to glow in the limited amount of electricity also. If the supply of the electricity is less, they are also going to glow. For that reason, if these bulbs, filamentous bulbs require more amount of energy, if they result indicating the weak current, so that it should change these filamentous bulbs with the weaker. If the amount of the current which is passing through here is less, then also these LED bulbs are going to glow. These LED bulbs are also going to glow, so that these LED bulbs are going to indicate the conduction of the electric current in this liquid or some other conductors. In some other conductors. So we can use LED bulbs for the purpose of the checking of the weak current. So here we can see that LED bulbs are used for the purpose to check the weak currents. So that if the current passing through this conductor or this liquid is weaker one, amount of current is less one, if this bulb is not glowing, that means it is not showing the accurate result. For that reason, we can change this bulb with the LED bulb, so that LED bulbs are going to require minimum amount of energy or minimum amount of electricity, so that minimum or weak current they are going to glow. So by this using these things, we are going to check the conductivity of the electric current. And by this experiment, we know that liquids are also going to conduct the electricity, which can be checked by these bulbs, or which can be checked by those things by using the LED bulbs. Now next we are going to discuss about conduction of the liquids, or conduction of the liquids, or conduction of the electricity signing of some liquids. Different type of liquids. So conduction of the electricity in different type of liquids. So already we discussed about conduction of the electricity is going to happen in the liquid. So which type of liquids are going to conduct the electricity? So we have to check those things. Now we have acid, base, salts and distilled water. Right? I have acid, base, salt and distilled water. And many other things are going to be taken as liquid, but especially I am taking these things. So you already studied about the acids, already studied about the base, as well as salt in the distilled water. Acid, base, salt in the 7th class we studied about that is nothing but acids are the sodium test, bases are nothing but those are the butyric test, salts are nothing but those are formed by the combination of acid as well as base. So we are going to check the conduction of the electricity through acid, through base as well as salt. So if we take the example here, first acid. Now we are going to put the distilled water inside the container. After putting the distilled water, we are going to add some amount of lemon juice. We are going to add some amount of lemon juice here. Lemon juice is nothing but it contains the citric acid. It is the good source of citric acid. Or else you can take the synthetic acid. If you may take hydrochloric acid here, or you may take sulfuric acid here, H2SO4, sulfuric acid here. Whatever acid you want, you can take. You may take hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid, or you can take lemon juice along with the distilled water. And you have to make the connection as explained earlier. Whatever I explained about the experiment to check the conduction of the electricity in liquids, you have to make that experiment set up here. So what will happen when you supply the electrical energy by the cell through the lemon juice? What will happen? This bulb glows. The bulb is going to glow. What we can conclude by this glowing of the bulb here in this case, we can say that acids are good conductors of the electricity. So that we can say that acids are going to conduct the electricity in solution form. So acids conduct the electricity. We can say that acid conducts the electricity. Acid conducts the electricity in solution form. When they are going to conduct the electricity, when they are in presence of the solution form. In the same manner, in the second case, we are taking the sodium hydroxide here. Sodium hydroxide, that is nothing but it is the base. Or you can take the calcium hydroxide, that is nothing but you can take the limestone, and we are going to make the solution of the lime by using the limestone. Either you can take those things or you can take the sodium hydroxide here. In that sodium hydroxide, again we are going to put some distilled water. if you switch on the battery, then the bulb is going to glow. The bulb is going to glow. Since it has a gap, but since again there is the conduction of the electricity through this liquid. So then, if the bulb is glowing here, we can say that base also conduct the electricity. As well as the acids are going to conduct the electricity, bases are also going to conduct the electricity. So bases are conduct the electricity. Bases are conduct the electricity. When they are going to conduct the electricity, when they are present in the water, that is nothing but in solution form. In solution form. So next we are going to check about the salt. Already I told you that salt is a good conductor of electricity. So when is the salt is a good conductor of electricity? When salt is present in the form of solution, when it presents in the water. So first we have to take distilled water. In the distilled water we have to add salt. In distilled water we have to add what? We have to add salt plus distilled water. Salt plus distilled water. Again we have to make the experimental setup. If we make that experimental setup, if we switch on this battery, the bulb is going to glow here again. The bulb is again going to glow. If we take the different salt also, then also the bulb is going to glow. So then we can say that salt solutions. We can say that salt solutions are good conductor of electricity. Salt solutions are good conductor of electricity. In the same manner, if you take the distilled water and you put this experimental setup inside it, when you check the glowing of the bulb is not going to glow in this case. Why it is not glowing here? Because distilled water is not good conductor of electricity. That is nothing but distilled water, that is nothing but pure water which is present in the lab is not a good conductor of electricity. Because of that, the bulb is not going to glow. So then you can say that distilled water is bad conductor. Distilled water is bad conductor. That is nothing but it doesn't going to conduct electricity. In the same way, we can take any other example. These examples are necessary because we are going to study about the acid, bases, and salts, and all the liquids are present are either acid or base or salt or in the form of the distilled water. So that if you want to say acid, bases, and salt solutions are good conductors of the electricity, whereas distilled water is bad conductor of the electricity. If we take any acid, if we take any base, if we take any salt, all are good conductors of the electricity in the solution form. This is it for today's class. In the next class, we are going to study about the magnetic effect of electric current. By using that magnetic effect of electric current, we are going to make another type of tester. So about that, we are going to see in the next class, as well as we are going to see some chemical effects of the electric current in the next class. Up to that point, take care, stay well, stay home.